Samsung Galaxy Note 8 is here with its dual lens camera, massive 6.3-inch display, and it's basically the embodiment of a Samsung Galaxy S8 in a Note shell. So let's see how it compares to Apple's biggest and best offering at this time, which would be the iPhone 7 Plus. Yes, I know the iPhone 8 is practically here, and I will test it with it when it comes out, but it's not here now, is it? Anyways, let's go ahead and see how these compare in an ultimate speed test and see which one is the dominant winner. Apple with its A10 chip, which has proved to be quite the competition, as no smartphone has been able to surpass it, but the Note 8 comes with an additional gigabyte of RAM. So let's see if that makes an impact in a speed and day-to-day real-life usage comparison. And I just wanted to mention that using these things side by side makes my iPhone 7 Plus feel ancient. This thing is massive, dominated by that crystal clear OLED display. It looks great. Anyways, let's jump into the real world usage test. So with all of the apps cleared from the app switcher, I'm going to start by launching the clock and starting a timer. This is testing a bunch of applications that you would use on a day-to-day basis, Instagram, Snapchat, take some pictures, and the Note 8 and iPhone 7 Plus are butting heads. They are just keeping up to one another. So in Photoshop Express, we're going to be editing an 8K image and exporting it. And at this point, this is the closest I've ever seen a phone come to the iPhone 7 Plus. The OnePlus 5 was close because of the lack of animations, but both here are incredibly fast. The Note 8 loads Minecraft faster, jumping into Super Mario Run. They're still at the same spot in this test. So it definitely tells me the extra 2 gigabytes of RAM on the Note 8 are probably helping. Maybe it's the Android 7.1.1 optimization, because the Galaxy S8 started to fall behind at this point. iPhone 7 Plus barely stretches forward, as the loading time on Asphalt was a little bit long on the Note 8, but both are still on the same application at this point. And by the way, the Galaxy Note 8 isn't utilizing its screen completely. In order to keep up with the iPhone 7 Plus, it has to be in full HD display mode. If it was actually running in QHD, I think this test would be a much different test, but most people will be using it in this mode, so that's only fair. Now, this is where the iPhone 7 Plus starts to surge forward in a lot of those basic applications, web-based, Amazon, Netflix, Uber, SoundCloud. It's definitely pushing forward, but the Note 8 is just a couple steps behind. I mean, this is such a small margin. You're really not going to notice that much in your day-to-day usage. I was very impressed with the Note 8 and just how it kept up with the iPhone 7 Plus. Anyways, once we started editing a video or importing one into a video editor, Video Shop, this is a 4K, about a minute and a half video, and it's the exact same format on both devices. This is where the Note 8 started to fall behind. It took a lot longer for it to prepare the video clip and then to compile it and export it to the gallery. So in the meantime, the iPhone 7 Plus is on round 2. The iPhone has always been a champ of keeping apps running in the background, having them stay exactly where they were when you last left them, no matter how many you have open. So while the Galaxy Note 8 was still compiling the video, the iPhone 7 Plus was making the rounds into already opened applications and ready to go. So that's a round 2 for the iPhone 7 Plus on 10.3.3, which is pretty dang good. And it comes in at 31 seconds for round 2. Round 1 was 2 minutes and 49 seconds. It's very consistent with past results I've had in these kind of tests. So the Note 8 just finishes up now at 4 minutes and 29 seconds for round 1. And jumping into round 2, you can see that all of the applications are already loaded. The Maps, Photoshop Express, exactly where it was left. Export this one once again. We got Minecraft and Mario Run. So everything was where I left it for the most part. There was a slight pause for some of the applications when loading it where there wasn't on the iPhone, but this is a huge improvement over the Samsung Galaxy S8 if you remember that test. I'm hoping that Samsung continues to optimize that as well, but the Note 8 with its extra 2 gigabytes of RAM is definitely better. So overall, 5 minutes to finish this test. Round 2 was 37 seconds, so very close to round 2 on the iPhone.